Welcome to the Hired Not Fired podcast, brought to you by The Real Me, the soft skills first talent solution that helps employers hire entry-level employees with better developed soft skills, such as communication, problem solving, or emotional intelligence. Join us as we sit down with hiring managers, talent leaders, and others and get insider tips to help Gen Z stand out and get hired. Let's dive in. Welcome to the new episode of Hired Not Fired. I'm Deb Samuels-Peretz, Vice President of Learning and Development at The Real Me. And my guest this week is Elizabeth Diley of Medtronic. Elizabeth is the Director of Emerging Talent and Careers and Global Talent Acquisition. Elizabeth's at the forefront of transforming talent acquisition at the world's largest medical device company. The company is dedicated to improving the lives of people through its innovative products and therapies. Elizabeth leads efforts to build upon Medtronic's outstanding legacy of engaging early career talent and strengthening programs that deliver even greater value to the business and help build an innovative pipeline of future leaders. Elizabeth brings over 17 years of experience in talent acquisition.
Thank you, Deb, for having me. I'm really looking forward to this conversation today.
Well, so am I. You have a very impressive background and accomplishments, and I'm really excited to share some of your insights and perspective with our listeners. Let's start with Medtronic. Tell us a little bit about the company. What is it that you do?
Yeah, so as you mentioned in your very, very nice introduction, I am the Director of Emerging Talent and Careers. And what does that mean? It means that I lead the internship programming and recruitment of students across the country into our internship program. And our internship program is filled with about 500 students across the U.S. in about 25 plus different locations. And really the internship is about 11 weeks long and is a huge showcase of what Medtronic is and what it does. We have opportunities across many different functions, and I'm happy to get into that. But Medtronic as a company is a medical technology company and a medical device company. And together with all of our employees, we're really looking to extend people's lives, alleviate their pain, and restore their health. And truly, it is a mission-driven company. It's based here in Minneapolis, and so that is where I call home. I called that home as well when I was at General Mills.
What a wonderful mission that is to work for.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us, what are some of the entry-level positions that you hire new grads for?
Yeah, great question. And being a med tech company and a company that is building devices and looking for therapies, we do a lot of engineering recruiting. So I would say a majority of our early career hiring is done in engineering, specifically, biomed engineering, but there is electrical engineering, mechanical engineering. And so the team is really focused on quite a bit of engineering recruiting. But that doesn't mean that we don't need support for those folks that are working in R&D and innovation and building our technology. So we also hire quite a few people in IT, finance. We do have an MBA, a fantastic MBA leadership program. And so we're in supply chain management as well. So we hire a wide range of students across the country for many, many different types of positions into early career.
Well, it is a wide variety. Narrowing in on some of the engineering or the tech background, what kind of background are you looking for? Is a BA enough? Are you hiring only PhDs?
Great question. So we range all the way from just a bachelor's to master's to PhD as well. So we have opportunities in all three of those different areas. And so we are looking for a wide range of different education levels and particularly looking for people that are really interested in that med tech stratosphere of a job. And I think that's been a big change for me as I've transitioned over from a different company where TPG, some people are interested in products, they're interested in technology, they're interested in a vast range of different sort of corporations, where Medtronic, a lot of the time the student is very, very focused on health tech companies.
So if someone did want to say, I want to work at Medtronic, right? They have they're studying engineering or science. Do you have any advice? What particular courses or fields you're looking for? Any?
Yeah, and again, we have such a wide range of different engineering backgrounds that I would say, looking at what you're interested in and looking then at Medtronic to see if we actually have some of those roles available in the thing that you're really in love with. For instance, if robotics and building things, we definitely have a robotical surgical area. Again, into the biomed area, we have opportunities there. And so I would counsel any student to really think about what they love and actually match their passions with a company versus trying to match what they a company has versus what they have. And so that would be my first bit of advice is do a lot of self-reflection. And I think that goes into too, as the students applying to roles, and we see this quite a bit where students are just blasting their resume to, hundreds and hundreds of companies.
Yep.
Where I feel like, for students to kind of focus in on those companies that match your mission and match, what makes you, because then we both know when you work for a company, you need to feel something for that and feel that passion, and feel that mission.
That's great advice. Now, you spent much of your career at General Mills, right? You called it, I think, CPG. So for those
Yes.
unfamiliar, what does CPG stand for?
Yes. Thank you. Thank you. My brain is full of acronyms. So anytime, please just stop me. CPG it means consumer product goods. I would say the major food companies, would all be considered CPGs.
Okay, that's helpful. And
Yes.
what was it like working at General Mills for entry
Yeah.
level candidate
Yes.
employees?
Yeah. So prior to my time here at Medtronic, I did spend quite a few years, 16 to be exact, at General Mills, and it's a wonderful company, feeding the world with the products that they produce, and they have a really great early careers program there as well. And so they do hire internships and full time opportunities for folks right out of school, and you have similar different needs, or you have similar roles and then different needs just because it's a different industry as well. But for me personally, spending that much time there, I spent that much time there because I really believed in the company and still do. And it's a wonderful, wonderful place to work and to grow yourself. And I think that's what I tell everyone. Like, if you find somewhere that you love and you find a place that will allow you opportunities to continue to grow, a lot of people are thinking about hopping and, staying somewhere for only 3 years and starting over again. And I'm the example of someone that didn't do that, and like stayed at a company throughout the years, took on more and more responsibility and had mentors and leaders that invested in me. And I'm so appreciative of my time there because of the investment they made into me as an employee.
Wow. I mean, there was so much in there that I think that people can learn from, right? About how finding a place at a company that nurtures your growth that can really contribute. It's so much more than just beyond the compensation you get, right? It's about the growing and the learning that you get to do while you're there. You kind of anticipated my next question.
Yeah.
But maybe you can add to this. I want to, going from General Foods to Medtronic, those are very
Yeah.
different types of companies. How or is the approach to talent acquisition different in those two industries? I mean, you did mention how much at Medtronic it's very much mission oriented, right?
Yeah.
And such a meaningful mission. But how about in the actual practice of the hiring process?
Yeah, there's a lot of similarities. And so one thing that I think that is, when you come from a best in class talent acquisition team at one company and you go to another, you see so many similarities in processes and in the way that we assess talent and the way that you go about even finding talent. When you get down to it, most companies are looking for the same things. I think it's more about what a student is passionate about and where they're doing their studies, or where their mind is really set of like where they want to contribute their talents to. But I see a lot of similarities where there is this like passion for grit and hustle and leadership and interpersonal skills that I think are so important for students to learn and to also just absorb from those around them. And so I see a lot of similarities, but also I think the difference too is this desire for medical device and desire for healthcare that obviously I didn't see at a food company, but that is just so strong within the students that we look for, of like why they're interested in this role or this
Right.
this company and where their mission and like can they be a part of the mission that Medtronic is striving for.
Thank you. This has been a
Yeah.
fascinating comparison and discussion.
Yeah.
And I will close this part one of this interview here and
Yeah.
stay tuned because on Thursday, Elizabeth is coming back and we're going to talk about the internship programs and what it takes to stand out and get accepted. So see you in a couple of days.